guys of Operations. We're bringing you a Spectre Operations battle report from San Antonio, Texas on Cinco de Mayo. So we're going to be playing Mission 1 from Spectre Operations 2nd Edition Rulebook, which is Seize the Vital Asset. We're kind of displaying here how you can take 5 people, have them just show up to a game night and play a game right out of the book. So we have Vital Asset is going to be the anti-aircraft gun inside the building, and the 2 forces protecting it are the Iraqi force and the Chechen force. And they're deployed within 12 inches around the objective. And then you have an unholy alliance of the United States Marine Corps, Russians, and of course the French Foreign Legion coming in to seize the vital asset. So this is going to do just wave tops of this game, and we'll come back to you at the end of each turn to show you what happened as it progresses. At the end of turn 1, you had the French Foreign Legion unable to do anything over here. Apparently these are Iraqi Republican Guard. French got suppressed all the way down to 3 levels, but being professional troops, that bounced them back to 2. So they're taking -2 to their initiative roll. The Iraqis took some casualties. The Chechens took 2 or 3 casualties, but overall the French and the Russian forces took the brunt of the damage, with the French leader, or the Russian leader actually dying, right? Yeah, Russian squad leader dead. French team leader died, and the LMG died from the French. All right, so we'll check back in at the end of turn 2 before we go to turn 3. All right, here at the end of turn 2, the start of turn 3, you have the French forces who've been reduced down to 3 guys. One thing they forgot to do is to use their carbines, their lasers, and their ACOGs for their first turn of shooting. So that severely hampered them, but a couple of grenades fixed that problem. But they're still got a full Chechen force inside the target building, as well as some Iraqis. You still have the Iraqis in the back corner. You have more Chechens in these 2 buildings. Iraqi Republican Guard who are fighting the Russians. There's still a couple of Russians left, but most of them are bleeding out, about to die soon. And all the hope remains here for the U.S. Marine Corps to come in and jump on the objective. So we do have a favorable turn order coming here and start of turn 3 for the Western forces, but it's got an uphill fight from here. We'll check in at the end of the turn. So turn 4, beginning at turn 4, and we decided to call it. The Russian forces are down to 1 guy who's currently bleeding out. The American forces are down to a 3-man team. Oh, actually, a 3-man team and a 1-man team, but they are pinned down with the Iraqi Republican Guard stopping their advance. And then you have the French Foreign Legion in the far left corner of the table, completely suppressed and down to 2 men. A lot of carnage here for the Iraqis, but still an entire squad of Chechens waiting for them to chew through that. So we decided to call it. It was a fun game. Just kind of 5 people showed up, and using the ratio of 6, 8, 10, 12. So elite 6, 8 professional, 10 trained, 12 militia, that type of force ratio. Just kind of developed a force off of that. 2 forces with 3 players on one, 2 on another, and played scenario 1. Worked out really well for considering what it was, still a learning game. One of the main things is not to be afraid of the lethality of the game. The first turn and I had initiative, and I pretty much was in that same area, except I had a full squad with UGL and grenade launchers. And I absolutely should have, remembered all the sights and all the bonuses I get for shooting at short range, but also kind of used all my grenades. We said squad leaders and team leaders were the only one who had grenades, kind of proliferate the grenades in the battlefield. But I didn't use that. I thought I was being more sporty in doing that. But really, it just cost us the game at that point, because I stopped at the first speed bump, and that allowed the defenders to mass forces on us. So it's a very lethal game, but don't be afraid of the lethality, because if you're not killing, you're going to be killed, or you'll be suppressed to the point where you're going to be combat inefficient. It's a lot of fun. Looking forward to playing more games. Probably not another big game for a while. 5 people. There's about 54 models. For where we're at and our understanding of the rules and the type of game we want to get out of this, the type of game experience, I think that's like the upper peak is 54 models. But maybe after we get more familiar with the rules, that will change. Thanks for watching another Decisive Operation Battle Report.